Hi everyone, Jason Kirby from MasterBIT. I haven't made a video in a while, but I was given a old 2008-ish computer, Core 2 Duo with 2 gigs of RAM. It was no good to them because they couldn't do all of the things they required it to do, so they thought it was useless, and I'm going to show you that it's not useless, and you can actually install a very robust and speedy desktop operating system, which is perfect for these older style computers. So I'm going to show you how to install and then configure Ubuntu MATE 18.04, and I'll be able to walk you through all the steps, and we'll even add a little bit of eye candy at the end just to make it just add a little bit extra special. So thanks very much, and we'll get into it, shall we? Now, the first place we have to go is ubuntumate.org, and then I'm going to choose the 64-bit version because I'm running it on a Core 2 Duo. Get the latest version. It's always best to get the newest version of the software. Now, I'm downloading via torrent, so I'm going to use the magnet link. Makes it a little bit easier for the servers on Ubuntu MATE if we're downloading from peers rather than directly from the website. Just choose your save location. I'm just going to put it in operating systems. And I'm speeding this up a little bit so that we don't actually have to wait forever. But I was getting 12 megabytes per second. Cha-ching! Now that the download is complete, I'm just going to go into my operating systems folder where I have the universal USB installer, run the latest version, plug in my USB stick, because once you start the program you can't browse for USB sticks that aren't already plugged in, so just hang on a sec. There we go. Showing up fine. So I just agree, browse to where I saved the folder. Well, first I choose it's Ubuntu MATE. Browse to the folder, get the latest version. Now here's the USB stick I'm using. If you've got more than one, just make sure you get the right one. And I've set it up to format, and I'll speed this section up as well. Take a little while. Now, first I had to press F10 to get into the boot menu and choose the USB we created earlier. And then once that starts, we just choose to start the computer without installing, just so we can make sure everything works before we start installing it on your hard drive. I did speed up all of the loading pages just to make it a shorter video, but I can assure you it's still a very snappy system. So once we're in, double click on the installation icon, and the defaults are usually fine, just choosing your language, keyboard layout. Just close that for now. As I said before, the defaults are usually fine. If you want a dual boot, then that's going to be a little bit more difficult, but if you can take that on, you probably don't need this guide anyway. Choose your location. I'm just going to put MasterBIT demo as the computer name. Oop, if I can spell. Just put any password, something you can remember that's not too hard. I'm speeding this up again, as I said before. Now, it tells you all about the features, so maybe slow that down and actually read each of the pages, because there is good information there. Just to gloss over it, it's got some really nice apps like VLC, Steam, all the Office suite that you need. Just about finished installing. And and you just got to click on restart now to go into the actual installed system so we can make some changes and make it a little bit cooler. Just enter the password you chose earlier, and then we can start to configure this. So the first thing I do is press Ctrl Alt T to open the terminal, and then I'm going to install MasterbIT because I am a GUI child and I like to do everything via the GUI instead of command line. But the command is just sudo apt-get install MasterbIT, enter your password, and away it goes. Yes, I want to install this. Dunsky. So type exit and the terminal goes away and you can go back to using MasterbIT. Pardon me. First thing to do is to just click on reload so that it checks the servers for updated packages, and then mark all the upgrades. But we're not going to apply it just yet. We're going to put some essential stuff like compiz. We're going to put on the extra plugins, and we're also going to install the compiz settings manager because it's hard to configure without this. So mark that for installation. Yes. Now we're going to search for the restricted extras because Ubuntu comes without any closed source stuff. So this is so you can play video files, audio files, have the true type fonts, things like that. And then we're just going to apply it. It'll take a little while, and as I said before, I sped up all of the loading screens, so it gets over and done with pretty quick. And now we'll restart the system so we can load the new kernel that we just installed by updating. And away we go. I apologize for the quality of this video. I did buy a HDMI recorder, but it had a very limited set of input resolutions, so I had to use a camera onto my screen, so I apologize, but it was the best I could do under the circumstances. So now we've installed it, but now we're going to configure compiz. Now I have a very specific set of plugins that I use. I just use the desktop cube, rotate cube, 3D windows. Now in that extra animations, which we installed earlier, I like to use the burn with a random colored fire. It looks like a magician has just gone poof and made everything disappear. So everything that I use it on the close of menus. So when you choose all these to be burn, every time a window closes, it turns into like a sparkly dust. I love it. And there's the 3D windows that I said before. Alright, now in order to actually make it do anything, you need to go into Ubuntu MATE tweak, and I like to set it up for Windows users or Mac users by using Redmond or Cupertino, but I'm going to go with Contemporary because that's the way I like it. And then I just go into the Windows section and change the window manager to compiz. Done. Can you see the sparkles? Sparkle, sparkle. I'm just going to log out because often some of those plugins don't really work that well until you've restarted. So, oh no, I forgot wobbly windows. Damn. Go back to compiz. Just turn that on. and then still not working, so we've got to log out. As I said before, sometimes the plugins don't work straight away. Sorry about the noise outside too, it's night time, but I still got a lot of background noise. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, a demo of Ubuntu MATE with wobbly windows. And when I maximize it, it jumps around and snaps back into place. I love it. And that's the desktop cube that I talked about. I'll open up a window so you can see the 3D Windows effect. Actually sits off the page. How cool is that? Well, that's the eye candy I like. Obviously you can experiment and find your own. And here we have a lot of themes. You can actually click on the link, get more themes online, and it'll take you to a web page where you can choose from hundreds of different themes and layouts and things. So there you go, Dunsky. I'll just shut this down and well, there you go. Hopefully at this stage you've got a fully functioning desktop system with a little bit of eye candy just to make it a little bit more interesting. And if you liked the video, click like. If you didn't like it, give it the thumbs down. And if you think you want to see another one, click subscribe.